I feel cold now. Let me put a jacket. I have to put a jacket on.
Don't worry. I just I'm not very good in cold weather, so I have to always be bundled up when it's cold. So yeah, let's get started. And first, I do want to say, I know Leo wants you to hold your questions, but feel free to jump in. If you have a question about what I'm talking about right at that moment, just put it in the chat panel there, and I will see it and I'll respond to it right away. So let's talk about listings to leads. As Leo said, he's known us for quite a while. We have been a company for 13 years. We actually started this company in the mortgage meltdown in 2009. And so we've been, I think well, how we started is we had one tool. If you've been in real estate a long time, you might understand this. We had a one-click posting tool for Craigslist. We would make like a web page on Craigslist, and we had all these hyperlinks in it. And we were capturing so many leads that a lot of companies started to pick us up and started using us. So we've taken what we learned from Craigslist and applied it to everything that realtors do, right? And realtors have a lot of things that they're doing in their business for marketing. And it's odd that for all the time that there have been realtors and for all the time that there's been internet, which is really since the mid-90s, realtors have learned to share colorful information, but they have not learned how to capture leads. Their tools are not built like that. And that's where listings to leads is all about. So if you have listings, awesome, we have tools for you. If you don't have listings, awesome, we have tools for you. And if you want to talk to more buyers or you want to talk to more sellers, we've got tools for you. So they're all in here. If you want to sign up as a single agent, it's $60 a month. If you want to sign up as a team, it's super discounted. But everything we do is month to month. Okay, so there's no annual contract here. So let's get into it. I'm going to log into a client. I know you're over in Hawaii or you're over in Miami, but I have a client in Hawaii, and I think you should see this guy's story here. Because he's an agent, just like many of you, and he's turned on a lot of the tools that we have designed. And it's just a good place to kind of have a look at what we can do. So listings to leads, there's kind of a navigation bar here. There's a few areas that you're going to want to know about. Our listing side of the thing, and we'll dive into this. The ad software that we have Facebook ad software built into our platform. We also have Google software built into our platform. So for both Google and Facebook, running an ad takes 2 clicks. And if you want buyers or you want sellers, I'm going to show you a lot of the ways that we can do that. We have 80 PDF guides. Okay, so 80 guides for home buyer, 40 for home buyers and 40 for home sellers. Okay. And we have postcards for those. We have landing pages for those. We have QR codes for those PDF guides. And we have, of course, software to drive ads to these PDF guides on Facebook or on Google. So there's a lot of ways, again, for you to capture leads. And then we have social media content, which is kind of free, colorful, good content. And then landing pages, okay? And I'm going to kind of just start down here on landing pages because there's a couple of important things that people want to do. One of those things that realtors like to do is to get more listings. And if you want more listings, you want to be using our free home value pages, and you get unlimited listings, or I'm sorry, you get unlimited landing pages. So you might say, hey, you know what? I want a landing page for Miami, Miami home sale. And I want a landing page for Fort Lauderdale. And I want a landing page for Coconut Grove, right? And you've probably got other neighborhoods. This is how you do it. You go right up here to the landing page section, you click create landing page, you choose the type that you want. Property Valuation Plus is the instant valuation page. You could also create landing pages for expireds, FSBOs, iBuyers. You can do custom stuff if you want to do a custom, I don't know, first-time home buyer class, things like that. But Property Valuation Plus, you just type in the name of your town, right? and click create a landing page. And that's exactly what the system does. It creates a landing page that looks like this. Now, I've been to Miami a few times. I don't think I've seen anything that looks like that. So you definitely, when you're creating a landing page, you want to click on edit and you want to change the background picture, right? So when you click on edit, it's the first place that we drop you on. It says upload image. And that's very important because when you do that, you got to remember the goal of having a landing page like this is to get listings, okay? And so what you do is you type in your address there, and then you click that green button, and it's going to take you to a page that says, great, we have your value, but we need your email address first, okay? And at that point, a good percentage of people get scared and run away, right? So if you want people, and you can sort of imagine, I don't know how you're going to get this out there. We've got a lot of ways for you to get this in front of your market, but these people don't know who you are. And if you have a generic looking landing page with a driveway that doesn't even look like Florida, people are just not going to respond. They're not going to trust what that is. It might look like a national spam campaign. So, if you get a picture of something that is local to that market where you're trying to build business, change the picture. In this case, Diamond Head, that's the mountain right there. You kind of get it, right? So you can create unlimited landing pages is the point, right? And so you do that right here in the landing page section. Over here, if we jump up to ads, well, now we start talking about how do we get people to this landing page. And there are multiple ways to get people to the landing page, but we're just going to focus on the ad ones for now. And so this is our ads page. When you come here, the first time, it's not going to look like this. It's going to have two buttons. It's going to say connect to Facebook and connect to Google. And I will tell you this, a lot of realtors have run ads on Facebook. They haven't all been successful, but a lot of them have done it, right? And I think the reason why they have done that is that a lot of people have run ads on Facebook, right? A lot of your colleagues have run ads. You've heard like, oh, it's great, it's awesome, and go out. It's really easy. You can get things, cheap leads, and that works. And I think the reason that it works, that Facebook has worked so long, is that American adults spend 40 minutes a day on Facebook looking at all the things that their friends are doing, right? My friends got married, right? Somebody's talking about crypto, right? And then you see all the kids and the grandkids and what your friends are eating, right? And all that stuff is what people are looking at on their smartphones and at work and at home on their computers. Like they are scrolling and looking at this page for 40 minutes every day. So if you happen to throw out an ad that says, hey, I've got an open house, I've got something just listed, or you can get your free home value, you're in a place where people are and they're like, oh God, there's an open house. Cool. Yes, I will click on that and I'll give you my name, email, and phone number. That's why Facebook can work really well. Okay. And I recommend it. If you're an agent looking for buyers, this is the fastest, cheapest way to get buyer leads. And I will tell you this, on average right now, for the past half year, buyer leads have been costing around a little bit less than $3, okay, per lead. So if you've got a home that you want to sell and you need some buyers, running an ad on Facebook with, I don't know, $50 means you are going to end up with about 15 leads with name, email, and phone number. This is a kind of a good way of going. So that's just Facebook, right? Running an ad on a listing, right? But I was mentioning earlier that we have landing pages. So if you create a landing page, you can also say, hey, I want to create a landing page and drive it to my Diamond Head community. Now, this is a very popular thing for realtors to do. And in your area, meaning Southern Florida, I would not recommend this without looking at some of our other classes. And here's why. Now, this is actually Diamond Head and this is Honolulu, but let's just imagine that you have a home for sale in Fort Lauderdale, right? And your landing page over there is talking about Fort Lauderdale. Well, it's so hard. You cannot target Fort Lauderdale, right? That's the problem with Facebook. So I do have classes that I do every 2 weeks on Facebook and Google Ads. And I talk about what the kind of the hoops and the custom audiences that you have to do to make targeting work on Facebook. A very simple type in your city and click publish does not work when you're trying to get listing leads with home value pages like this. Okay. Some places in the country it works. I don't think it's going to work in your part of the country. But you can certainly do that sort of thing, right? But we also have 80 PDF guides. So if we go create a landing page, you're going to see we have 40 PDF guides for buyers. You're going to see we have 40 PDF guides for sellers. So you can kind of decide what you want, who do you want to be speaking with. You can also kind of decide like, hey, I want to do this in English, or I want to do this in Spanish. And if you click that button like I just did, we translate all of these guides into Spanish, right? And I think you have some Spanish speakers down there. So you might want to use that. And so let's just say we're going to do this one. Let's go back to English because you don't want to hear my Spanish. Anyway, we create an ad. We're using lead ads. And that means we're going to get our leads are going to come pre-populated from with name, email, and phone number from the Facebook profile. So running lead ads on Facebook is just a great way to get leads with name, email, and phone number. It's the best way. There is really no better way to get leads with name, email, and phone number than running lead ads on Facebook. And that's what we do. And that's why you get a lot of leads with name, email, and phone number, right? And there are a lot of ways, and I'm going to show you some other tools. Like for instance, this page here, well, this is Ben, so I'm not gonna fill it out. This would give you an instant home value, right? But if you ask and require a phone number, your lead gen is going to just fall apart. So that's not a good way to capture a lead, is by offering a landing page. And we've been doing this for 13 years. And I can tell you, when you ask somebody to type in their own phone number, it's pretty much not going to happen. Okay. Unless you've got something super compelling. And I don't know any realtors who have anything that compelling going on that they can just create a landing page and have people type in their phone numbers. But if you run an ad on Facebook and somebody wants to download this, their name and email and phone number is already loaded on the form. And for them to download that, they have to give you that contact information. And that is why it's just so powerful and so awesome. Okay. So these are the PDF guides. I will tell you this. This is where it's great if you don't have any listings and you just want to get something out there. You are branded on every page of every one of those PDF guides. Your logo's there, your color theme is there from your branding. And so it's all kind of there ready for you. And you can see here, this guy is running something, and these are what the ads look like. So he's running ads on free home values, and you can see right here what's going on. He has spent $24 so far. He has 1,100 people have seen it, and he's got 7 leads, 7 clicks for $3.45 each. So he's getting seller leads for $3.45. Okay. So that's actually awesome, right? Over here, he's running an ad for buyers. It's over. You can tell it's already completed. 643 people saw it. He got buyer leads on Hawaii for $1.84, which is kind of crazy. And he's got leads, right? This one over here is active. And so far, only 400 people have seen it. He's got 1 lead for $7.81, right? So Facebook sort of sets the price per lead. I don't know exactly how that works. It's definitely a mystery. But when you're running an ad, like he's been doing, let's just kind of copy what he's doing here on his property. What happens is, we'll just give it a second for this to bake. All you have to do to publish this ad is click that green button. Everything is done. And you'll notice that we have a $35 ad, which will only run for 7 days. So you can't spend more than $35. And if we saw from his leads, his ads earlier, sometimes he's getting leads for $3 and sometimes he's getting leads for $1.50. So you can kind of do the math. If it's, $1.50, you divide that into 35, and that's how many leads this guy should be getting, right? So that's the Facebook side of the equation. You can do a whole heck of a lot. If you want buyers, this is the easiest, fastest way to get buyer leads with name, email, and phone number. And it pretty much works all the time, okay? So you can go over here if you want to go, as I mentioned, we can run ads on PDF guides, but there's his own section here, and there are a lot of ways to market a PDF guide here. You could say, hey, I just want to share it to my social media. I want an e-flyer for my database. So if you're somebody who has a database, a CRM, with maybe hundreds or thousands of leads, this is where you get the flyer, okay? And you copy this flyer and you paste it into your CRM and blast it out on your CRM, and they're going to be able to download that PDF right from your email database, right? So you kind of want to be doing that. I would say like once a week. There's 80 of these. Choose one, and every week, if you're an agent with hundreds or thousands of leads and they're not calling you all the time, try using these tools in there, okay? Now, there's also another section here called social, and this is the one section that is not designed to capture leads. This is designed to help you get free real estate related content on your social media platforms. And the nice thing about this, we've done it in-house. We bought a lot of photographs in-house, and we just keep it very light. I think if you've ever heard of this company, Keeping Current Matters, they kind of do a similar thing, but their information is all boring. It's just boring industry stats, right? And nobody wants to really read that, right? It's like reading the news. Nobody really wants to read that. They want to look at the sports, right? Or what the celebrities are doing. That's way more fun, right? So it's trying to update here, and I hope that it is not updating, because oh my God, it's take forever. Let's see if we can get here. We'll give it a second, see if we can get out of this page. But let me just tell you while we're waiting, what happens on this page is it's going to tell you again to connect to your social media accounts, right? And connect to your social media accounts on LinkedIn and on Facebook and on Twitter and on Instagram. And then it's going to say, how often do you want us to post? And you can say once a week, or you can say every day, or whatever you want to say. And then we're going to say, what topics do you want? And there are 58 topics, okay? And you could say, excuse me, including PDF guides for sellers and PDF guides for buyers in Spanish or in English. Like you can have these automatically posted to your social media accounts. But the ones that I think everybody is using are things like design, home design, right? You can click on the eyeball here to see the articles that we're writing, but you really don't ever need to come in here again. You just need to turn it on if you want to turn it on. And you can quickly look in here and go, oh, okay, this is what's happening. And I get it. They're going to publish these, and that's awesome. Our clients actually love this because, well, one, it looks really good, but two, the people that are in their social media networks are responding to these articles because they're just really cool and they're light and they're conversational. So I don't know if you're chatting with all kinds of people who are following you on Facebook, but that's what this is making happen for our clients. We really weren't expecting that. That wasn't actually, the thought was just to get content for free for our clients onto their social media networks. We were not expecting that people were going to be responding to this, but right on, we're really happy to see that. So you can turn that on. It's awesome. And I'm going to jump out of this account and jump into another account. And this account has the Google software turned on, and I definitely want to talk about that. And let's kind of get into that. So what we've talked about, I don't know if you've noticed, like there are times when I'm talking about ways to get buyers, and there are times when I'm talking about how to get sellers. And we've talked about Facebook a lot, right? But let me tell you something. Facebook is awesome. That's why we've been training on it for years. It's a great place to capture leads. But when people want to do something, like if they have a question, they do not come to Facebook asking questions. If they have a question like, where's a great restaurant in New York, or what's a good hotel, or how do I sell my home? They ask that question on Google. And you see right here on this page, these sponsored articles here, these are ads. This is the #1 website in the United States, okay? 86% of all searches start on this page. So if you're thinking that you want listings in the future for your business, Google is a very serious place where you need to really have a plan to do that. And fortunately for you, now you know about us, and we have Google software embedded in our stuff, right? So you do have to pay for that. So normally, and we talked about pricing, it's $60 a month for agents, and we have discounted pricing for groups. The Google software is an additional $30. And what that means, and you're going to see it in just a second, is that we make running an ad very easy, right? So we talked about earlier, like, hey, we can create landing pages and then drive people to that landing page. This is a smart thing to do, way smarter to do this on Google than it is on Facebook. And what I want you to kind of understand is you're going to get higher quality listing leads from Facebook, or I'm sorry, from Google than you are from Facebook, okay? Because when people see this, it's because they're in the location that you're targeting. In this case, I'm in Raleigh, so I'm going to type in Raleigh, so it kind of makes sense. But in your case, let's just say it's going to be Miami, right? So you're going to create a Miami landing page, and you just go here and say, yeah, I want to drive people to it, right?
Recording in progress.
Yeah, I'm going to just mute NR over there. And so to run this ad, all you have to do is type in the city and click publish, okay? Now, if I click view link, it's going to show you where we're driving the traffic to. So this is a landing page for Raleigh. You can even embed a YouTube video if you've got one. Maybe you got a drone video. Maybe you got something about you walking around, drinking a cup of coffee and saying how awesome you and Miami are. Then if you do, snap it in here and then drive people, to this page with this software, right? And that's really a great thing to do. And I will tell you this, just so you kind of have an understanding. Google is very complicated. It does have higher quality leads than Facebook. But this advanced options, I'm just showing this to you because if you try to go run an ad on Google, you have to do all these things, okay? And you have to do it on the Google platform. And I can tell you it's even more complicated than what you're looking at right here. You frankly are not likely going to know what you need to do on Google. That's why you want to be using our software, because Google is the #1 place where people are asking about how to sell their home. And here you've got 40 PDF guides talking about that things that homeowners need. And you can also create landing pages for home values for any neighborhood or city you want. So and then it's just a 2-click process to get in front of the #1 website in the country. So when you're looking at the ad over here, it says preview on the right. You see these right here where it says sponsored, you can see the ad here. That's what we're showing you. This is what your ad is going to look like. And then if you click on it, now this is not us, I'm just going to click on it. I don't know where this is going, but it's going to this page, right? So this is a different company. It's realtor.com. So this is probably realtor.com paying for leads in every city in the country and selling those leads to wonderful agents like you, right? At a ridiculously high price. And so in our world, you can do it yourself. And I will say this as well, in case, you know, there are a lot of great companies out there like KV Core and Ylopo and Brivity. And when you use their software to run ads, they usually charge you like $25 per ad, or they're taking 30% of your ad spend, okay, per ad. We're not doing that. If you're paying us $60 a month to use our whole platform, Facebook comes with it. If you're paying us an additional 30 to use our software, that's all you're paying for Google, then that's all you're paying us for Google. All the dollars where it says daily budget, that's being charged on your credit card that is in either Facebook or Google, depending on what you're running, okay? So it's a really great place to use your ad budget if you want to be on Facebook or Google, because we've checked all the boxes. We make it very easy, and you can just decide, hey, I want to talk to buyers or I want to talk to sellers. So that's kind of, you know, what I do want to kind of point out is in this one, these guys really focused on buyers, right? And they actually are in the Carolinas, in North and South Carolina. It's Keller Williams' office. And this team, their goal is to get buyer leads for their agents, right? That's it. They're not using all the other tools that I'm showing you. It's like, take our listings and run ads and get buyer leads for our agents. So I just want to show you this because it's pretty interesting of what you can do with our platform. So I launched this account right around Halloween, so the very end of October last year. So this is just about 4 months old. They have run 219 ads, each about 1 week long. They put in like $100 or $200 each, and they spent nearly $20,000 in 4 months, right? So about $5,000 a month. They generated almost 7,000 leads. But also what's really great, and this is really important for you as realtors, their ads have been seen nearly 1.5 million times, okay? Now, I want to kind of focus on that for a little bit because you guys are realtors, right? And I don't know if you go poking around the internet, but you are not likely ranking on page 1 related to real estate anywhere on the internet, unless the search is your particular name, right? That's the only way you're going to wind up on page 1 of Google. And so it's really hard for you to even stand out. Like, how do people know you're a realtor? I mean, I don't know. It's, you know, hopefully you're doing some print and you're doing all kinds of marketing, but you probably got 30,000 agents competing against you, right? I'm just pulling a number out of the air, but it's probably something like that, 20,000. So how do you stand out? And the point is, Facebook is an awesome place. If you, most agents are not spending $4,000 a month. Obviously, that's a lot of money. You'd have a lot of leads, but just most agents don't have that kind of budget. But agents do have budgets of like 300, 400, and 500 a month. And those impressions are like 15 to 20,000 people. So every month, 15 to 20,000 people are recognizing their realtor. And yeah, they're getting a lot of leads. They're getting buyer leads and they're getting seller leads based on the kinds of ads that they run. So Facebook is also really great for you to build a brand. If you're going to be here for a while, meaning if you're going to be a realtor for a while, you probably want to have a really, a Facebook strategy, right? So we make it really easy. That's the point. So the last part of our platform is real estate marketing, okay? So your listings auto flow into this system, and we then start emailing you a bunch of tools, but I want to kind of just show you what this thing does, right? So first of all, Facebook and Instagram ads, you just start right at the top. You can see there's a lot of tools here. I'm going to go through some of them, and we basically have ranked them. The ones at the top get the most results. So right here, all you got to do is click create an ad, and it's going to create an ad. Now this home is sold. So the call to action is not to get buyers, right? The call to action is that home is sold, and that's going to affect your home value. Click here for your free home value. So this is market your sold properties if you want more listings is the story, okay? Social media posts. I showed that to you on the Realtor from Hawaii. that you can connect your social media, and this will automatically post to your social media accounts. It will look like this. There will be a landing page behind it. And let me just show you this, right? So this is not what is meant to, this is meant to be automated, but this client does not use this part. Like I said earlier, all they do is they run ads. But when you have social media auto posting turned on, it means that you have connected your account. And so when your property hits our system or changes status, we auto post it to your social media accounts, right? To your business pages and stuff like that. And it looks like this, right? And what's cool about this is we're doing it automatically. And what's even cooler is that if somebody clicks on this, we drive them to a landing page like this. This home is sold. So we're telling you it's going to affect your home value. Get your free home value right here, right? That's how this thing is working. It's all happening automatically, assuming you connect your account and you do that. So let's see, I'm lost. Okay. There are other tools for your, but I do want to point this tool out. This is called a nearby homeowner letter. And you've heard me talk a lot about Facebook, and you've heard me talk a lot about Google. You heard me talk about landing pages. Well, this has nothing to do with the internet or social media or artificial intelligence or chat GPT. No, it's a single piece of paper, and it's the #1 tool for getting listing leads that turn into listing contracts. Okay, so I do a training every 2 weeks. It's over here on our YouTube channel, and it's called Top Tools to Get More Listings. Okay, and it's an hour long. Here it is right here, 3 weeks ago, Top Tools to Get More Listings. And I talk about all the tools that get listings in this platform. This is the #1 tool. It doesn't generate the most amount of leads, but these leads convert the fastest into an actual listing. So if you're somebody who wants more listings, you probably want to start using this letter. You can, and a lot of our clients use this letter on the same property twice. They'll use it when it's just listed. Maybe they'll door knock a little bit when it's got an open house. And then maybe they'll mail it out again when it's just sold. Okay. And I don't know if you can see it very well. I know a lot of you on your phone. Let me just describe it to you. It says, hey, we've got something for sale in your neighborhood, and go check it out right there. And then down below, it says, that's going to affect your home value. So go here and go get your free home value. So here's the issue. Hold on a second. I got to mute whoever just jumped on. Leo, can you find that person? I cannot see that. Whoever just jumped on, if you can mute yourself, that would be terrific. Thanks. So anyway, here's the hard part of this tool. You have to download it like I did. You have to print it like 100 times or 200 times. And then you got to get it in your neighborhoods. Now, there have been people who have door knocked this, but most people like to fold it and stuff it in envelopes. And some of our clients like to handwrite those envelopes, because if it looks like junk mail and doesn't get opened, it doesn't do anything for your business. But when people open it, it's very simple. It's like, we got a home for sale. We have an open house. It's going to affect your home value. So it's a very simple letter. And the only people who are going to take this into their house, to their own computer, type in that wacky address, and then put their address in here, and then give them your email. These people are very serious about getting the value of your homes. And you already know where it is because you mailed it to their house, right? So what you do there is you go to Remind. What's the name of that company, Leo? Is it like, I just heard it's like Redo or Redux or something like that, that also sells list of homeowners. But anyway, that's the way to use that. And I'll show you, we have a mastermind group. When you become a client, ask our support team to get in there. Let me show you in the mastermind. This is where Scott and I talk about what's coming down the pipe technology-wise. I'll show you a couple things, but I want to talk about this particular letter because I'm going to guess that some of you on this call want more listings. This guy here, Chris, this is a couple summers ago, but I'll fill you in.
Yes, so.
Okay, so who just jumped on? We need to get these people muted. So let me just finish this story. Chris here has a really cool video. He moved to San Antonio, Texas about 2 summers ago. And he moved there because his wife and kid his wife's there, and he's got kids now, and they want to be by her family. Right, great, it's great. Moves from out of state, has no name recognition, joins this company, All City, starts borrowing listings from the other agents, and gets this letter that I showed you. And he mails it to a list of people who have owned their homes for 5 years or more, right? Now, he bought that list from, I don't know what company it was. But, oh, yeah, I think it was Remind. Yeah. So every 2 weeks, I'm not sure who's talking, but if you could mute your phone. Oh my goodness. Sorry. So anyway, sorry, I've got just somebody talking to my ear here. So he's mailing that letter every 2 weeks to the same group of people. It's on different listings. It's not even his listings. And he gets 5 listings in 3 months, right? Now, if you go look at the comments, you'll find out what he did is he mailed it every 2 weeks. And whenever he got a lead from somebody who filled out that form, he knew that they were very serious because he had sent them a piece of paper and they had to walk to their computer and do that, right? It wasn't just clicking on a random ad on the internet. So he ends up like hitting those people up every week with bomb messages, phone calls, texts, emails, and he converts these. Well, he very quickly becomes a top listing agent in that office. And as of last year, this time last year, just went off and started his own office. And the very first thing he does is he says, hey, I want to do a tutorial on the technology that I use to have a good business. The very first call is, this is how I customize listings to leads tools and get a lot of listings, right? So I would go, if you sign up, definitely get in our mastermind group and look at this guy, Chris Winstead, and do what he's doing. I'm going to give you a couple of other names. Alicia Pless. Alicia Pless would come in our group here and just keep telling us every time I mail this thing out, and she listened to one of my classes where I said, don't use white envelopes, use things that stand out. She basically just says, every time I mail this out, I'm getting more listings. This works really well, by the way, in condominiums, right? And I think you do have those in your markets. So there are a lot of our clients that say, you know what, I mail this in the condominium when I have a home for sale, and I get another listing, and I mail it again, and I get another list. It just keeps going. And if you want a machine that just keeps creating listings for you, I would really look at that particular tool. Okay. And then there's another guy here, and then we'll stop talking about this. And if you have questions, you can put them in the chat panel, or you can ask in a minute here. But I'll just tell you this story here about Dustin. So Dustin is in an office called Pearson Smith, and they are just south of Washington, D.C. in Virginia, right? And when I signed their office up, that was about 6 years ago, maybe 7 years ago. There were 300 agents, and Dustin was an agent there. And he very quickly goes, hey, you know what? I mailed this to 250 homes, and I got 10 listings with an average commission of $17,000. So he's like, this is our highest ROI. That's a really kind statement to share with our clients in our mastermind group, right? But I'll tell you about Dustin. In that year, when he put that, he had been a realtor for 2 years, right? I know this because Dustin has been chatting in our mastermind group for a long time, and we actually have a live training that we recorded. And he said, we invited him to come talk with us because he had been so, kind of generous with his thoughts in our mastermind group. So Dustin said, yeah, I definitely want to get on that call. And this is what Dustin said, and you can go find it here in this mastermind group, where he says, yeah, when you closed our company, I had been a realtor for 2 years, and I was doing 5 million in production. And he said, now 2 years later, my production is 20 million. And he said, 80% of my business is coming from your tools, right? I was floored by that statement and still am. It's kind of amazing. And I had to ask him, like, how much time do you put in our system to go from 5 to 20 million in 2 years? And he said, yeah, I do 2 hours a week. I put my daughter in ballet and I go next door to Starbucks with my laptop and I work for 2 hours while she's dancing. And that's how he went from 5 to 20 million in 2 years. And he did not use half of the tools that I've shown you here today. Literally, he probably used 1/3. He used the nearby homeowner letter religiously. He ran ads and he did open houses. And that's all he was doing. And he quadrupled his business. So there's a lot here. It's all designed to capture leads. It is a system, however, that you probably want to be committed to learning how to use and to using it. We have 10 to 20 people sign up every day, paying us $60 a month. And there's a good percentage of those people that forget that they signed up. And all that happens is we charge them $60 a month. That's really not what we're here for. We're here to help our clients grow their business. And if our clients take a couple training classes and use the tools, they get pretty impressed with what's going on. They start getting a lot of buyer and seller leads. And so if you want more of that in your business, I recommend you sign up. If there's a bunch of you, I recommend you talk to Leo and talk to me about discount pricing, because very quickly, you got a big office. It could become like, $3 a month to use our platform. I'm just going to show you a couple things in our mastermind group. As I said, Scott and I share a lot of information here, but our clients share a lot of information here as well, right? And just a couple days ago, somebody just came, hey, I'm using your postcards, and I mailed out a mailing and I got 26 leads. 9 of them registered all the way through, and I have 1 listing appointment, right? Now, you guys probably have postcards. That's probably, most realtors do. They just don't have call to actions. And that's all we do, is we have multiple call to actions on almost all of our tools. And this guy right here, 6 days ago, saying, hey, I just got 26 leads, 9 of them with, full contact information. This lady here just tells us, which is pretty awesome, of just how much this is helping her business. So you'll hear from our clients in this group. So that's my story, guys. Do you have any questions? I could be yammering on here for hours, but
I do have one, Vince. What's the introductory period that they have, the trial period that they have to test the system?
Yeah, 14 days. They can go right to this website right here, listingsleads.com, start a 14-day trial. And you will have access to all the tools that I've shown you, and even more that I did not show you, except for Google. The Google software is an additional $30. If you do start this, and Leo and I talk, and you say, hey, we got 20 people and we want to do like a group, we can move those agent accounts underneath it, and you won't lose any work. You won't lose any leads. This call, people are asking, this call is being recorded. I'll email this to Leo, and we'll get that to you. Right. Any other questions?
Hi, yes, my name's Robin. I have a question. I have 2 questions. So I was running Google ads using listings to leads, and my last Google ad got shut off. I got an email from Google that it was shut off.
Yeah.
And I tried to run another ad, and when I hit publish, nothing happened. Why would that be?
I don't know. What did you respond to? Did you ask Google like why it was shut off, your first ad?
They sent me an email that said it violated some of their rules.
That doesn't make a lot of sense, because we know their rules and we don't really allow it. So I think I don't really know what happened there, But the way that we use their software is that we check everything you need to do. You shouldn't have a violation. And so you might want to ask them what was, you know, what's the violation? You can let us know what that is. We can look at it, but we can't tell from our end. You can email me. I'm Vince at Listings to Leads, and I can kind of look at it and see if I can see anything at all. But I don't know why what if you're not telling me what if they're not telling you, I'm not sure what the problem is, but that's probably why your ad is blocked. Your account might be blocked going forward if there was something that they say, oh, you're doing something.
Okay, and then when I hit publish and nothing happens.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe I misunderstood. It could be that I misunderstood that I'm searching my email right now for Google, and I received a performance report yesterday on the campaign. So maybe I just misunderstood a generic email that came out. Maybe it wasn't shut off. When I look at it in Listings to Leads, though, the campaign is off.
Did it expire? You know, they only run.
It expires tomorrow.
Okay.
And
Well, okay, you might want to look at your emails, because if they're saying that they rejected it and you're not sure if you actually saw that message or not, if they rejected it, they would kind of stop the ad. Right.
Right. Okay. So I got a performance report that says how many clicks I received, but I received Google Ads policy, abusing the ad network policy. So maybe I misunderstood that as shutting off my campaign. I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
In any case, when I hit publish today, nothing is happening. So can I send you an email on that, Ben?
Yeah, do. And I'll kind of look at it and have our, I think one thing, and I would tell you this, and you might want to do this, Robin, is inside your account is a support page. Did you send anything to our support team?
No, I have not. I could do that first.
I would do that, because it's going to be where I'm going to send it to our tech team. And so you're just going to get direct there, because I'm not that kind of coder that I can look underneath here and see what's happening. But if
I'll do that first.
Yeah. And if you don't get a resolution, then just reach out to me.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Well, Leo, I don't see any questions here. Excuse me.
All right, wonderful. Well, Vince, we appreciate your time. I appreciate all the time. All the agents that show up. If you can share your information, Vince, if they want to reach out to you directly, or what's the next step? Is that someone interested and they want to move on, how they can reach you?
Yeah. So Leo, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this recording up online and send it to you later today. Okay. And when I do, it's going to have a link to our YouTube channel. And that link, and I just want to point it out, that link is going to say, go watch our Get Started class and go watch Top Tools for More Listings. So here's Top Tools to Get Listings. Here's Get Started. And Get Started is really for new clients, because it says, hey, go connect here, go turn on this here, go turn this on, start this up. It gets all the automation started. So that class is right here 9 days ago. And then right next to it is Facebook and Google Ads. And so for the past hour, we've kind of had like a bit of a hybrid conversation of this. But if you really want to unlock the value of this, these 3 calls are going to help you. Okay. So I'm going to send you a link to this page. I just want you to know this is what I really think is going to help you. And then, of course, you'll have the recording of this call.
And can you also send the series of videos that you have for how to make 250,000?
Well, it's right here. I didn't mention that, but yeah, Leo is right. We're doing an 8-part course, and it's all right here on how to make $250,000 in real estate. And it's an 8-part session. And I recommend this, even if you're not a client of ours, you should watch this. It is a very thorough plan for growing your business and how you use marketing and advertising to do that. You don't have to use us to use this, you'll learn a whole heck of a lot from just joining that course.
And I mean, it's the first video is gonna talk about the business plan and how to get to those lists that you want in order to get to the production that you want. So it's very important for everybody, even if they don't sign up. So you just take a look at it so they can get a better understanding of what the system can do for them. I can tell you that the people that use it, they have results. The leads are there. Like everything in life, you use it, you're gonna get the results. You don't use it, you're gonna keep doing the same and getting the same results.
Let me tell you something. I don't know if you guys get over to the West Coast there.
That's in Naples.
Yeah.
MVP, yes.
Yeah, these guys have been clients of ours for about 6 years, maybe. When I signed them, they were about 200 to 300 agents. They are now 1,200 agents. And I know that all of their top 10% of all their agents all are using our platform. I mean, half of those agents are using our platform. They have one large account for everybody. But there are a lot of software platforms that you will use as a realtor that you just won't want to use. This one for MVP, they use this heavily for recruiting because it gets their production up. And that's why these agents are just hammering our system. And the reason why I'm telling you that is that it works in your market, right? It's working in Florida. So if you want something that really works, I would spend a little bit of time to learn how our system, you can leverage it for your business.
Yeah, absolutely. I recommend everyone that are attending this call to go to the YouTube channel, Listens to Lead channel on YouTube, watch those videos on how to make $250,000 in real estate using the tools that they have, and then they can make an informed decision if they want to move forward with the system. That said, Vince, any other questions, guys, for Vince before we let him go?
I think that's it, Leo.
All right, Vince. Well, thank you again, man. I really appreciate the time that you're giving us. I know you don't do this very often, and thank you again for your help. And guys, if you guys have any questions, you reach out and I'll guide you in the right direction. Thank you again, Vince.
All right.
Have a wonderful day, everybody.
Have a great weekend.
You
Thank
too,
you so much. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.